pretty interesting. It's like a playground. The locals tell us that, in their words, of course, it was Ukrainian shelling. So today is day 3 of the extended lockdown for the Russian city of Rostov-on-Don. The original lockdown started on the 28th, the lockdown for Russia, that is, for the coronavirus. And then shortly after, the mayors of both the city of Moscow and Rostov, well, the regions that is, declared that they were making the lockdown more stringent, and because the original one kind of consisted of government buildings being closed and things like this, but they decided to make it more stringent and basically said that people aren't allowed to go more than 100 meters from their front door. That is, if they're walking their dogs or something like this. Now it says they are allowed to go to a store to buy food and things like this, or if they work in a delivery job or one of the approved jobs that aren't closed, they're able to go to work. So, as you've seen in my other videos, well, if you haven't, you should check that out here on the screen, because this whole series on the coronavirus and the Russia lockdown, really, they kind of all lock in together. In my other videos, I was kind of surprised at the fact that the streets aren't totally empty here in Rostov. As you can see, there's many cars driving down the street right now. Of course, it's different than it was before the coronavirus, less, but it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting to be something like the movie 28 Days Later, when you go out and the city is just a wasteland with no people around or anything. But as we can see, there are people. Many of the people do have masks on. Every day there's more people with masks, that's for sure. People are slowly starting to understand what's really happening with the coronavirus, because this is no joke. People need to get ready. Things are really gonna start changing fast. So people need to get their families ready, get supplies, and get ready for the storm, because this is going to be like World War III, the world against the coronavirus. The world needs to band together, I keep saying it. So we're going to have a walk a little bit through Rostov today, maybe hit up the bank, see if the banks are running, do some other things like this. You can see how the city is kind of functioning now, and we'll have a little closer look at some of the industries that we see along the way. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and watch some of the other videos on the situation in Russia and the coronavirus, and also the situation with the Ukraine war. You can see one of those videos here in the cards, because our team is on the other side of the border reporting there as well. So please join me on this journey to find out what it's like as far as the coronavirus goes in Russia. Okay, so we're almost coming to the bank now. I'm kind of hoping it's open. We'll see. Okay, well, the ATM entrance is open, but the bank itself is not, surprisingly. So, interesting. And it doesn't seem like there's too many people in the ATM, so it doesn't seem like, you know, going to be a shortage of money or anything like this. We've seen that in other places, like when I was reporting on Crimea and Donetsk at the beginning of the war. But everything kind of looks good for here. I'm gonna have a little walk down to the mall down there, see if they're actually fully closed or not. We were there on Saturday and they were kind of starting to close everything, but we'll have a look to see what's going on there now. So we're here at this mall that we were at the other day that was closing. So let's see if it's still open. Some delivery riders outside. Maybe it's still open. I think I'm gonna... There's just some security guards, so maybe they're still open. Yep. Well, we're in. Yeah, they're open and they're a lot more closed than they were the other day. The mall itself is open, but I don't see a single store open, which is pretty interesting. I'll keep the filming on the down low. Pretty interesting. It's like an abandoned mall here. Virtually 99% of the stores here are closed. Seems like the first 2 floors are closed, and just a couple things on in the basement floor is open. It's pretty interesting. It's like a playground. So I think I might have found out why they're still open is because they have a pharmacy that's open on the bottom floor. Есть дезинфектант? Нет. Маска? Есть, я не знаю, как это слово, который могу, это как bandage, могу сам сделать маску.
Вот есть бинты.
О, бинты, да.
Салфетки марлевые.
Можно я попробую это и это?
И то, и то?
Да. Вас думал, дезинфектант будет скоро, или?
Нам не говорят.
Не знаю, да? So, there we go. Pharmacy, no disinfectant, no masks. Hopefully there'll be some soon, but we don't know. But I think this is kind of the same as most countries around the world. Everybody's kind of running short on disinfectant and masks from what I understand. But we'll see. So, found another place open here. This shop here in the downstairs area, the basement of the mall, and it is packed with food. There's definitely no shortage here of food at all. So this shows Rostov is not running short on food. Maybe they're having some issues at the pharmacy, but yeah, this is everything from vegetables to baby powder. So now we're gonna move on, and as you saw at the pharmacy, we bought some little gauze, basically, that people are starting to make their own masks now out of, so they still have plenty of those. So I'm gonna keep bringing you all the information that I can. I hope you like these little quick English-only reports. Maybe there'll be an interview later, who knows. As you can tell, I'm playing this all by ear and really bringing you the information as I get it. Sometimes I like to do a lot of Russian speech and interviews, and now I'm trying a little thing, maybe not so much. So I'm doing the walkthroughs of the village and or the city of Rostov, and so far the last couple days haven't gone too far from my residence here, just because that's the law. But I'm thinking tomorrow I might take a little trip to the center. There's so many people on the road, it seems like there's not really anything stopping the people from going out. I'm definitely being very careful, as you see, not touching anything and having masks on at all times. And as soon as I get home, disinfecting everything. We're actually using Russian vodka as a disinfectant, because there's plenty of that here. But so I'm gonna keep bringing you everything I can. So please like this video, subscribe, and share it across all social media, and get your family ready for whatever might happen, because you don't want to be left out when things are hitting the fan. So charge forward, and catch you next time.